Alright guys, welcome back to another video. You should have saw DTM is in trouble, basically. Audi have withdrawn from the DTM series from 2021 onwards, so this will be their final season. And I really enjoy DTM. It's one of those series that I really enjoy, you know, other than F1 and V8 supercars and GTs. I really enjoy this series, and sad to see this stuff happen. Obviously, 2018 Mercedes left, Aston Martin tried to get in this game, and it absolutely flopped, and now Audi are gone. All that's left is now BMW, and I want to talk about what the future holds for such a great series and such a historical series. So I've seen a lot of people kind of mentioning they could go to GT3s, and I just don't think that's a viable option. When you look at the German GT3 series, which is a very strong series, the GT Masters, there's no real room for a GT3 series in Germany. They've really got a really good one with drivers like Kelvin van der Linde in it. I don't know what they can possibly do. I've seen maybe the GT Masters and DTM merge, but at the same, I just don't see that happening. I just genuinely do not see that happening, because I just think DTM needs to go back the way it was, back to the proper touring cars. If you look, the real issue with DTM nowadays is it's prototype cars. It's called touring car series, but it's not touring cars. Touring cars are meant to be based off of a road going car. These cars are not really based, well, they are based off road going cars, but they aren't road going cars. They look nothing like the road going car they are trying to badge as that car. You've got the BMW M4. How are you supposed to say that's an M4? That is nothing like an M4. It's got a typical BMW body. They need to go to saloon cars. I think that's the best option. Bring privateers into the series, less manufacturer backing. I think that's what's best for the series. Look at British touring cars back in the Super Tourer days. They had every manufacturer looking to get into the series, and then they kind of lost all that backing, and now look at them. They're one of my favourite series, you know, to watch, and I think that's the way they have to go. They have to go with kind of privateers. But what German cars could be in this series if they went to a proper old school touring car series? They could go, so say BMW, they could go with an M4 or an M2, or even an M5. Audi could go for an RS5, even Porsche. Imagine if they got Porsche into it. Not necessarily manufacturer backing, but a Porsche in the series, as in like a Panamera. I don't know about Porsche, but you know, even bring in, I don't know, Alfa Romeo. Just if the series wants to survive in the future, they need to make it privateer, not look for manufacturer backing. Sure, if manufacturers want to get in on this series, they can, but this series mustn't live off of manufacturer backing. It needs to be kind of on its own feet. It needs to focus on itself. It needs the backing from the privateers, from the smaller teams. Say, there's plenty of teams saying that GT Masters, I'm sure, would enter into the series if it was a cheaper series. These prototype cars are not cheap, and that's what I want to get into. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, why don't they just go to GTEs? GTEs would be more expensive. To be honest, who really thinks that would be a viable option? I don't know. It could be, but it just wouldn't be at the same time. Like, I think it needs to go back to old ways. It's such a brilliant series at tracks like Norris Ring, you know, the Lausitz Ring, so many brilliant tracks, and it needs to go to a BTCC kind of style. Maybe not those type of cars, but the way it acts, how good the racing is. They've got privateer backing, but also you look at teams like BMW. You know, BMW put manufacturer backing into those privateer teams, and it's so good. British Touring Cars is just so awesome, and DTM, I think the way we know it is going to be over, because at the end of the season we'll only have one more manufacturer left, and I wouldn't be surprised if BMW leaves soon. So DTM, they have a lot of time on their hands in this big old break, and they need to think right. They need to be in the right mind space. They need to make the right decision, and they need to make it, in time. They can't rush this. Bring some liveliness to the series. I love what they do with their media in terms of streaming practice, qualifying, and then in certain countries a race. In Australia, they stream every session, so it's going to be difficult to see Audi go, but at the end of the day, a lot of people are expecting this, and it really is the future, and we need to, suck it up. And another option could be going to electric. I don't know about electric. Maybe that could be the way, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next season. They can have one more manufacturer left, and it's going to be a sticky situation for German motorsport and motorsport in general worldwide. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I've got a video coming out possibly tomorrow on the last 10 F2 champions and where they are now, so hopefully you guys can smash a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.